He is Hollywood's toughest action star, a man whose films have grossed more than $8 billion
Are you sure
worldwide.
about this?
He conquered
Yeah,
the Fast
it'll
and
be
Furious
fine.
franchise,
I just have a bad
dominated the
feeling.
Expendables
Trust me.
battlefield, and survived encounters with prehistoric sharks. His name is Jason Statham, but behind the steel-jawed glory is a story that is not glamorous, only brutal. Jason Statham was not born into privilege. He was born on July 26, 1967, in Shirebrook, Derbyshire, England, to parents who understood struggle intimately. His mother, Eileen, was a professional dancer. His father, Barry, sold whatever he could on street corners, fake jewelry that glittered just enough, counterfeit perfume that smelled slightly wrong,
Oh, God,
watches
what is
that stopped
that?
ticking
No time.
after a week.
We have to go. Now!
Poverty was
Getting
relentless.
closer!
There was never enough. By the age of 14, Jason stood beside his father on those same streets, learning the art of survival. "My name is Billy, not silly," he would joke while hustling passersby. The humiliation
You look
burned,
absolutely
but
stunning
silence
tonight.
meant hunger.
Thank you. You look
While
very handsome
classmates
yourself.
talked about
I mean it.
holidays
I'm
and toys,
so glad
Jason
we're here.
counted coins. While others played, he worked the black market, his hands growing calloused and his heart growing hard. Yet inside that harsh beginning, something else was forming. That night, Jason discovered martial arts. Kung Fu, karate, kickboxing, each discipline demanded precision and control. In a life that felt chaotic, training gave him order. The dojo became the one place where being poor did not matter, where effort was the only currency. Then came diving. Almost by accident. 15, Jason discovered a natural fearlessness in the air and an instinctive calm underwater. He joined the British National Diving Squad, and for the first time in his life, he had a dream that belonged solely to him. For 12 years, he devoted himself completely. 10-meter platform, 3-meter springboard, in morning sessions before school, evenings after work, weekends sacrificed to perfection. His body became a machine built for flight and impact.
Thanks, everyone.
He
It's an
represented
honor.
England at
Looking
the
forward to the show.
1990 Commonwealth Games in New Zealand. In 1992, he placed 12th at the World Championships. 12th close enough to taste greatness, far enough to miss it entirely. He stood at the edge of Olympic qualification.
Ready for a little adventure?
1988
Yes,
and
let's go!
1992, and fell short twice. The margin was razor thin. The pain was not. "I still carry that disappointment," he would later admit. "It sits in my chest like a stone." The Olympic dream did not shatter suddenly. It died slowly.
Jason, look
carving
over
wounds
there.
with every missed
What is it?
opportunity.
That guy
When
in the
diving
red shirt,
could
he's staring.
no longer
Right.
sustain
Keep
him,
an eye on him.
Jason returned to street life. Then fate intervened. A modeling agency spotted him training at Crystal Palace National Sports Center. His physique caught attention. Tommy Hilfiger signed him.
It
Levi's
hurts so
wanted him.
much.
French
I know,
Connection
just
made
hold
him the
on.
face of their
Don't
brand
leave
in
me.
I'm here.
1997. By day, he posed for luxury campaigns. By night, he still sold fake jewelry on street corners. "I was forced to follow in my father's footsteps," he said. It was street theater
This!
lookouts,
Move! I see it!
distractions,
Stay go!
quick hands.
Right behind you! Get ready!
Poverty coexisted
On
in
my
the same
mark!
body.
Like this! Do
Everything
this!
changed. In 1997, while modeling for French Connection, Jason met Guy Ritchie. Ritchie was casting Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and heard about Jason's past. Instead of a traditional audition, he asked Jason to sell him fake jewelry. Jason didn't act. He simply became who he had always been. To cast him. As Bacon, the paycheck was $5,000. Was nothing, and it was everything. The film became a sleeper hit, grossing over $80 million and launching Jason Statham's career. He was 31 years old.
We have to go.
Considered ancient.
Now.
Let
By
go of
Hollywood
me.
standards,
It's not safe.
"I
Trust
was
me.
born
I
tonight," he
can't.
whispered at the premiere. 2 years later, Ritchie cast him again in Snatch, alongside Brad Pitt and Benicio del Toro.
Let's
The
dance!
film exploded,
Yes, let's
earning
groove.
another $80 million.
So fun!
Yeah,
Jason
keep
was
it
paid
going.
15,000 pounds still. A fraction of his co-stars, but his face was now unmistakable. At the same time, his personal life was unraveling. In 1997, he began a relationship with model
This is
Kelly
such a
Brook.
great event,
She
isn't
was
it?
18.
Absolutely.
He was
It's
30.
fantastic
For
to be
7
here.
years, they
The
built a life
energy is
together as
amazing.
his career rose. The Transporter in 2002 changed everything, earning him $750,000
Good to see everyone.
and turning him
Let's
into
keep
a
it
global
moving.
action star.
Jason, a quick word?
But success
Maybe
came
later.
at a cost.
Cheers.
Kelly later revealed she had put her own career on hold to support him, moving countries, sacrificing opportunities. Jason was consumed by work. "I just felt so neglected," she said. "I fell out of love with him because he wasn't there." In 2004, she ended the engagement.
Guys, it's always a
Jason
blast
was
working with
reportedly
you.
stunned.
Jason, the
"I'm
feeling's
a movie
mutual. We
star,
make a
I'm a
great team.
millionaire."
To many more. Cheers to that.
Now her answer cut deep. "You don't know the woman. You were never there." Jason buried himself in work. Death Race. The Bank Job. In 2010, Sylvester Stallone handpicked him for
Ready
The
for this,
Expendables.
Jason? Always,
Jason
Cristiano.
insisted
Let's
on
go.
performing his own
Nice
stunts,
one.
broken ribs, Cracked bones, concussions, every film left scars. By the time The Expendables 3 began filming in Bulgaria in 2013, his body was already a battlefield. Then came the accident. During a stunt, the brakes failed on a 3-ton truck.
You look
Jason drove
absolutely
straight off the
stunning
dock into
tonight.
the Black Sea,
Thank you. You don't look so
plunging
bad
60
yourself.
feet into darkness.
Shall we dance?
The truck filled with water instantly. Heavy boots, tactical gear, a snagged holster pulled him down. Panic set in, and muscle memory took over. 12 years of diving saved his life. He freed himself and swam blindly upward. I barely made it, he admitted later. Terry Crews
Ready
watched
for
in
this?
horror as
Always.
Jason
Let's
emerged
go.
from the water. Moments later, Jason changed clothes and climbed back into another truck to finish the scene. The irony was cruel and perfect. The Olympic dream that had once broken him became the skill that saved his life, but the damage was done. Years of stunts left chronic pain, fractured ribs that ache in cold weather.
You look
Concussions
amazing
that trigger
tonight.
blinding headaches.
You too.
Nerve damage
Ready
in
for the
his
cameras?
wrists, grinding vertebrae in his neck. Chronic pain follows me everywhere, he admitted. Die. Audience sees the hero. They don't see the ice packs, the sleepless nights, the painkillers.
They're getting
Still,
closer.
he didn't
We have to
stop.
go faster.
He
I know.
joined Fast
Hold on
and
tight.
Furious as
Jason,
Deckard
please.
Shaw.
Almost
The
there.
Meg earned over $500 million. Hobbs and Shaw, Wrath of Man, The Beekeeper. His films continued to dominate the box office. Then came a quieter redemption. In 2010, Jason met Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. With her, he found peace. Not admiration,
You
but
look stunning
understanding.
tonight.
They had a son, Jack Oscar,
Thank
in
you,
2017,
handsome.
and a daughter, Isabella. In 2022, the man who once sold fake perfume now teaches his children how to swim at 58. Jason Statham is not just an action star. He is proof that dreams don't die, they transform. The Olympic podium he never reached became a global stage. Diving career that ended in disappointment became the skill that saved his life. The poverty that once shamed him became the fire that forged him. From the streets of London to the depths of the Black Sea to the heights of Hollywood.
The life is a lesson
What
in
a
endurance.
beautiful day for a
And
walk.
sometimes the
Couldn't
greatest
agree more.
victory is not winning, it's surviving long enough to come up for air. Even now, when the cameras shut down and the roar of the crowd fades, Jason Statham does not see himself as a legend. He sees himself as a survivor. A man who learned early that nothing is guaranteed and everything must be earned. Fame never erased the memory of those street corners, of standing beside his father, palms sweaty, heart racing, hoping someone would buy a watch he knew would break. That memory keeps him grounded in a world that often devours its heroes. As his wealth grew, so did his sense of responsibility. Jason began quietly supporting charities, most notably Together for Short Lives, helping children with life-limiting and terminal illnesses. He never made it a publicity campaign. He understands what it means to fight a battle you might not win,
That's on my watch.
to give everything and still fall short. That empathy runs deeper than any stunt ever could. He also became one of the loudest voices advocating for stunt performers to be recognized by the Academy Awards. They're the unsung heroes, he said. They're the ones risking their lives so the audience can feel something real. Training remains his anchor. 6 days a week, even with pain stitched into his bones, he trains not for vanity, but survival. Ability, strength, discipline. The same discipline that carried a poor kid into the British national diving
You
squad
ready for
now
this?
keeps a battered body
Born
functioning.
ready. Let's move. Good.
He has
Stay
said that
sharp.
if he stops moving, the pain wins. So he keeps moving at home. His life looks nothing like the explosive
Okay, smile
chaos of his film.
Got the shot? Yeah,
Mornings
let's
are
see
quiet, breakfast with his children, he's teaching his son breath control
Team,
in the
move out.
pool,
Hostiles
watching
ahead.
his daughter laugh without
Flank
knowing
right,
who her father
cover the
is to
rear.
world. In
Stay
those
sharp.
moments, the box office
Hey
numbers
everyone,
mean
driving
nothing.
through this beautiful
Cars, the
resort. Look at these
watches.
amazing views. The
The
palms are
houses fade
incredible.
away.
This is paradise
What
on
remains
wheels.
is time, something he knows is the most fragile currency of all. Jason Statham never chased stardom for applause. He chased escape. Escape from poverty. Escape from failure. Escape from the feeling of being invisible. Along the way, he became something larger than he ever planned. Not
Are you
because he
sure
was
about
fearless,
this?
but because he
Yeah,
kept stepping
it'll be
forward
fine.
while afraid.
I just have a bad
While
feeling.
hurting, while doubting
Trust me.
himself, his life stands as a reminder that greatness is rarely born from comfort. It is forged in disappointment, sharpened by pain, and tested in moments when giving up feels reasonable. The boy who once stood on a street corner selling lies became a man whose life tells the truth about perseverance. And that is why Jason Statham endures. Not because he is indestructible, but because he learned, long before Hollywood noticed him, how to take a hit, sink into darkness, and still fight his way back to the surface. As the years move forward, Jason Statham
God,
has
what
become
is that?
increasingly
No
aware
time.
that
We have
every
to go.
role
Now!
carries
It's
a
getting
different weight.
closer!
Run!
He no longer measures success by how hard a punch lands on screen, but by how long his body will allow him to keep going. has quietly turned down projects that demand recklessness without purpose. The man who
You
once
look
chased
absolutely
danger
stunning
now
tonight.
calculates it.
Thank you. You look very
Experience
handsome
has taught
yourself.
him that
I mean,
bravery is
I'm
not the
so glad
absence
we're
of
here.
fear, but knowing when survival matters more than spectacle. He has spoken candidly about aging in an industry obsessed with youth. Action cinema does not forgive time easily. Muscles slow, reflexes dull, injuries linger longer. Yet Jason refuses to become a parody of his younger self. Instead, he adapts. Roles grow heavier, darker, more restrained. The violence is still there, but it is purposeful, controlled, and formed by consequence. He brings the weight of everything he has lived through into every performance. The audience feels it even if they cannot name it. What makes Jason Statham endure is not just toughness, but authenticity. He never pretended to be something he wasn't. He didn't arrive polished or protected. He arrived late, scarred, and real. That truth is etched into his face, into the way he moves, into the silence he carries between lines. Directors trust him because he doesn't fake danger. He understands it. He has lived it. Privately, he's
Thanks,
begun
everyone.
to think about
It's an
legacy.
honor.
Not awards,
Looking
not
forward
rankings,
to the show.
not headlines. Legacy in the quieter sense. Being present for his children, leaving his body functional enough to carry them, to run with them, to teach them resilience by example rather than speech. He knows the clock.
Ready for a
He's
little
ticking
adventure?
not with fear,
Yes, let's
but
go.
with clarity. Every year now is intentional. The industry may one day move on, as it always does. New faces will rise. Louder, younger, faster stars will replace him on posters and billboards.
Jason, look over
Statham
there.
understands.
What is it?
This
That
better
guy
than
in the
anyone.
red shirt, he's
He has
staring.
already lived
Right.
several endings
Keep
in
an eye
one
on him.
lifetime. When that day comes, he will not feel discarded. He will feel complete. Because his story was never about becoming the biggest star in the world. It was about becoming unbreakable enough to
It hurts so
survive it.
much.
I
From a
know,
boy
just
counting
hold on.
coins on cold
Don't leave
London
me.
streets
I'm
to a man
here.
standing at the summit of global cinema. Jason Statham's life is not a fairy tale. It is a war story. And the most powerful thing about war stories is not how loudly they begin, but how quietly the survivors walk away.
Right
Still
behind.
standing,
Get ready.
still breathing,
on my
still
mark,
here.
like this. Do this.
And when Jason Statham eventually steps away from the fire, it won't be with a dramatic farewell or a carefully staged goodbye. That has never been his way. His exits have always been quiet, practical, almost invisible. The same way he left the streets. The same way he left competitive diving. He moves forward, not backward, carrying the lessons without announcing the scars. Those who have worked closest to him often say the same thing. What you see on screen is only a fraction of his discipline.
We have
On
to
set,
go
he arrives
now.
early,
Let
prepared,
go of me.
respectful.
It's not safe.
He
Trust
checks
me.
the safety
I
of the crew
can't.
before his own. He speaks up when a stunt feels reckless, not because he's afraid, but because he understands the cost of mistakes.
Let's dance.
He has seen what one failed. Great.
so
One missed
Yeah,
time
keep it
fall,
going.
1 second of miscalculation can do. Survival teaches responsibility. There is also a quiet sadness that follows him, though he rarely speaks of it. The Olympic dream that never materialized still lives somewhere inside him.
This is such a
not as
great event,
regret,
isn't
but
it?
as a reminder.
Absolutely. It's
It
fantastic to
reminds
be
him
here.
that effort
The
does not
energy is
guarantee
amazing.
reward, and that failure does not mean the journey was wasted. That understanding
Good to see
shaped
everyone. Let's
the
keep
way
it
he
moving.
approaches his
Jason, a quick
children's
word?
dreams,
Maybe later.
encourages
Cheers.
them to try, but never ties their worth to outcomes. He knows better than most how cruel that equation can be. Jason Statham does not romanticize pain, even though pain has shaped him. He does not glorify suffering. He simply accepts it as part of the contract he signed with life long before Hollywood ever called.
Guys, always
The
a blast
difference is
working
that
with
now
you.
he chooses
Jason,
what
the feeling's
battles are worth
mutual.
the
We make a great
damage.
team. To
That
many
choice
more.
is power
Cheers to
in
that.
quieter moments. When training is done and the house is still, he sometimes reflects on how close everything came to ending in dark water. 60 feet below the surface, no applause, no legacy.
Ready
just
for this,
silence.
Jason?
That memory
Always,
stripped
Cristiano.
away
Let's
any
go.
illusion of immortality.
Nice one.
It taught him gratitude in its purest form. Every morning is borrowed, every breath earned. That is why he continues to work, but also why he knows when to stop, why he laughs more easily now, why he holds his children a little longer, why success no longer defines him. He's already beaten the odds that matter
You look
most.
absolutely stunning
Jason
tonight.
Statham's
Thank you.
story
You
does
don't
not
look so
end
bad
with
yourself.
a trophy,
Shall we
a
dance?
record, or a final blockbuster. It ends the same way it began, with a man standing on his own 2 feet, shaped by hardship, grounded by reality, and still moving forward, not because the water got shallow, but because he learned how to swim. And perhaps that is the quiet truth about
Ready for
Jason
this?
Statham
Always.
that rarely
Let's go.
makes headlines. He is not driven by immortality. He's driven by meaning. Every chapter of his life taught him that nothing lasts forever, not strength. Not fame, not even dreams you give everything to. What lasts are the skills you build, the discipline you practice when no one is watching, and the character forged when circumstances give you no mercy.
You look
He has
amazing
often said
tonight.
that action heroes
You
are
too.
myths, but
Ready for the
preparation is
cameras?
real. That belief separates him from the fantasy he portrays. He knows exactly how fragile a human body is because he has tested his own against concrete, metal, water, and gravity more times than anyone should.
They're getting
The
closer.
illusion of
We have to go
invincibility
faster.
is something he
I know.
leaves on
Hold
screen.
on tight.
Off
Jason,
camera,
please.
he respects
Almost there.
limits because he understands consequences as newer generations discover his films. Many see only the speed, the violence, the precision. They don't immediately see the years of failure that taught him patience, or the poverty that taught him humility, or the near-death that taught him perspective. But that
You look
truth
stunning
is there,
tonight.
embedded in every
Thank you,
movement,
handsome.
every pause, every look that suggests a man who has already lost and survived enough to know what matters. Jason Statham never became a symbol of effortless success. He became a symbol of earned survival, of showing up late and still making it, failing publicly and continuing anyway, of carrying pain without making it your identity. In an industry built on illusion, that honesty is rare. One day, his name will be spoken less often. New heroes will take his place. But long
What a
after the noise
beautiful
fades,
day for a
his
walk.
story will remain
Couldn't
for
agree
those who
more.
need it most. The ones starting from nothing, the ones whose dreams didn't work out the way they planned, the ones who feel like they arrived too late because Jason Statham's life quietly whispers a truth that feels almost rebellious in a world obsessed with instant wins. You're not finished just because one dream dies. You are not weak because you had to survive
Yay.
before you could succeed, and sometimes the path that saves your life is the one you once believed failed you. He didn't conquer Hollywood by being invincible. He conquered it by refusing to disappear in the end. Jason Statham does not stand as a monument to fame, fortune, or fearlessness. He stands as proof that endurance can be louder than applause. That a life shaped by loss can still become a life of purpose.
That's on my watch.
That falling short does not mean falling apart. Somewhere deep inside him will always live the boy on a cold London street. Pockets empty, pride bruised, learning how to survive. Somewhere else lives the diver who never reached the Olympic podium, standing at the edge hoping one last time. And layered over all of it is the man who sank into dark water and fought his way back to the surface when everything should have ended. That is the legacy Jason Statham carries. Not perfection, not invincibility, but resilience. When the lights
You
finally
ready for
dim and
this?
the cameras move on,
Born ready. Let's
his
move.
greatest victory will
Good.
not be measured
Stay
in
sharp.
box office numbers or broken records. It will be measured in breaths taken when giving up would have been easier, in scars that tell the truth, and in the quiet
Okay,
knowledge
smile,
that he kept
everyone.
going when the
Got the shot?
water was
Yeah,
deepest.
let's see it.
And that is how legends really end. Not with thunder,
Team, move out.
but with
Hostiles
a
ahead.
man still
Flank right,
standing,
cover the
still
rear.
breathing, and still
Stay
moving
sharp.
forward.